Hey everyone, in this video we will understand how we can implement first come first serve disk scheduling algorithm with the help of a C program. So I have already made a full playlist of the operating system on my channel. You can find the link of that operating system playlist in the video description below. You can also check out the various other computer science topics related videos on my channel. So do watch them. So let's start the first come first serve implementation with the help of C program. So these are the different disk scheduling algorithm that we have discussed in the previous videos. So in this video, we will understand the program for the first come first serve algorithm. So this was one of the questions that we discussed in the previous video for the first come first serve. So we are given the request queue in which different cylinders are given. Okay. And we are given what is the initial position of our read write head. So currently the read write head is on the 53th cylinder. Okay. And we have to find the total number of head movements. Okay, how many times the read write head will move. Okay, and next thing we have to find is average head movements. Okay, so we discussed that how we can solve this question. So initially the read write head is on the 53rd track or 53rd cylinder. Okay, and these are the different cylinders that we have written for our reference. Okay, so FCFS algorithm says you pick the cylinders in the same order in which they are placed inside the this request queue, right? So first you pick 98, then 183, then 37. Okay, and you keep on servicing those cylinders in that order only. Okay, so initially we were at 53, then the track. So initially we were at 53 at track. Okay, then the head will move to 98, right? So 98 is here. Okay, then the head will move to 183. So from 98 we go to 183. Then head will move to 37. Okay, so 37 is in this direction. So we move here. Okay, then we move to 122. Okay, 122. Then we move to 14. Okay, 14 is not in this direction. It is in this direction, 14. Okay, then 124. Okay, so 124 is in this direction. Okay, this is 124, right? And then 65, we moved here. And then the read write head again moved to the 67, that is last request. Okay, so in the same order in which they arrived, we services the request. Okay, so this is first come first serve algorithm for the disk scheduling, right? So we counted the total number of head movements. So we found that total 640 times we have to change the cylinders. Okay, so these were the total head movements. Okay, so from 50 through to 67 we got 640 cylinders movement. Okay, and how we got that? So what we did, we subtracted the 98 and 53, right? So we have to find the distance between 53 and 98. Okay, so we subtracted 98 minus 53. Okay, then we subtracted 183 minus 98. Okay, then 183 minus 37. Okay, and so on, right? And we also saw that we can just directly subtract this 183 minus 53. Okay, because these are in the same direction, right? Then also we will get this 640 only, right? Now before moving further, let's understand what will be the input and output in this FCFS program. So in output, we have to give the request queue, right? These cylinders we have to take in as an input from the user, right? And we have to also ask the initial position of your read write head. Okay, so these will be the input, right? Okay, and in output, what we have to print? Total number of head movements and average head movements. Okay, so let's see in the C program, okay, how we can take the input and how we can print the output. So here you can see we have this C program to implement the FCFS disk scheduling algorithm. So in the main function, what we have done is we have taken the input from the user as the number of total cylinders that we want to enter in the request queue. Okay, so we have set the total count of cylinders that we want to enter inside the request queue inside this variable n. Okay, then what we have done is we have created a array. Okay, request queue array of size n. Okay, let's say n is 5. That means we will enter 5 cylinders in this request queue. Okay, so this is the array. Now we will ask the actual cylinder numbers in the request queue. Okay, so inside the for loop we asked n times those different cylinders. Okay, the cylinders can be same also. Okay, and in the request queue we have stored all the you can say cylinders in this queue. Okay, now after that we ask the initial position of the read write head. Okay, and with the help of initial position variable, okay, we have saved this initial position. right? Okay, so these are the three input. Okay, number of different cylinders and the actual cylinders in the request queue and the initial position of the read write head. And after that, here you can see we have done the some processing. Okay, and finally we have printed the two outputs, the total number of head movements, okay, with the help of total head movement variable. Okay, so you can see total head movement variable is initially 0. Okay, so it is like a counter variable. Okay, and the average head movements we have printed this way. Okay, so we discussed in the previous video that average head movements is actually total number of head movements divided by the length of your request queue. Okay, the number of cylinders that we are entering in the request queue, that is n. So total head movement divided by n, it will give us average head movements. Okay, so in our given question, how many total head movements were there? 640. Okay, so 640 divided by n. So in this question, let's say if we enter n equal to 8, then n will be 8. So 640 by 8. Okay, so we saw the same thing in our question also. Average head movement is 640. This 640 divided by 8. Okay, so these were the total 8 cylinders. Okay, divided by 8, we got 80 average head movement. Okay, we can also get this in point also, something like 80.5. Okay, in another questions. Okay, so we will take the average head movement as float. Okay, so we have to see how we can actually count total head movement, because based on this we can just count the average head movement. Okay, I printed the average head movement till 2 decimal places, so I used percentile 2f. Okay, so let me run this program first, and then you can understand that how the input or the output will look like. So the question is asking enter the number of cylinders, so I entered 8. Okay, now the question is asking enter the cylinder numbers in request queue. Okay, enter the different cylinders number. Okay, so I'll enter 98 and the other cylinders. Okay, so I entered the cylinders. Okay, these are the different cylinders that we have just seen in our question. Okay, now it is asking the enter the initial position of the read write head. Okay, so according to our question, the read write head is at the 53th cylinder. Okay, so this is the output. Total number of head movement is 640 cylinders. Okay, and average head movements are 80. Okay, 80.00, because I have printed till 2 decimal places, right? So I hope now you have understood how the input and output will look like. So as you can see, this was our request queue, right? And the initial position that we are saving in this variable, this was this 53th position, right? Okay, and when we move from 53 to 98, okay, then we have to actually find the distance between 98 and 53. So what basically we will do, we will move one by one to these track numbers or the cylinder numbers. Okay, so we move to 98, then what we will do, we will do 53 minus 98. Okay, that is, we will just find the difference between these two. Okay, then next time we will move to 183, right? So we will find the distance between 98 and the 183, that is previous position of the read write head and the current position of read write head. Okay, then after 183 is serviced, then we will move to 37. This is 37. So basically when we are at 37, then we are basically subtracting this 183 and 37, that is previous position of the read write head, that is 183, and 37, that is the current position of the read write head. Okay, so this way we will keep on picking one by one the cylinders from the request queue, and we will find the difference between the position of the read write head, current position and the previous position, and we will keep on adding these distances or these differences. Okay, and we will totally store all the head movement in this total head movement variable. Okay, so if you see here, for I equal to 0, what we will do, we will say, okay, the request queue has 98. Okay, so we will say initial position is 53, right, minus request queue of 0. Request queue of 0 is this 98. Okay, so 53 minus 98, we will actually get 45. Okay, or you can say minus 45. 53 minus 98, 53 minus 98 will be minus of 45. Okay, but we actually want only 45, that is the positive value, only magnitude we want. Okay, because we are finding the distance. Okay, so what we can do, we can find the absolute value of this minus 45, that is 45. Okay, so in programming, what we will do, we will use function that is ABS, absolute function, right? So we will say absolute of bracket initial position minus request key of I. Okay, so initially 53 was the initial position minus request key of I, matlab request key of 0, that is this 98. So this will be 53 minus 98, that is minus 45. Absolute value will be 45. So 45 will be added with total head movement. Okay, so total head movement was 0 plus 0. So total head movement will be 0 was the initial position plus 45, that is 45. Okay, so 45 will be added into the total head movement. Okay, so I'll write this as total head movement as 45. Okay, now this 98 will be my new initial position of the read write head. Okay, so I will update this initial position variable and I will say request key of I is stored in this initial position. Okay, and after that we will again move to the next request, that is I equal to 1, that is 183. Okay, so 183 is this. So we will again subtract 98 minus 183. So 98 was the initial position, okay, that we have changed in the previous iteration, minus 183, that is this is request key of 1th position. Okay, so initial position, that is 198 minus request key of I. Okay, request key of I means I equal to 1. So request key of 1 is 183. So 98 minus 183. Okay, so it will be, as you can see here, 98 minus 153, it will be 85. Okay, so it will be actually minus, you can say 85. Okay, because 98 minus 183. Okay, but we want only positive value, so we used absolute value. Okay, so 85 will be added with the previous 45, so it will be 45 plus 85, right? Okay, and then again when we will come to this 37, then we actually want the subtraction of the previous position, that is 183 minus 37, right? So what we have to do, we have to again change initial position. So we will say 183 will be the initial position. Okay, the request key of 1 will be going to the initial position. So initial position will become this 183. Okay, and then we will come again for I equal to 2. Okay, that is 37. So we'll say initial position is 183 minus request key of 2, that is 37. So 183 minus 37, it will be a positive value and it will basically be 146. Okay, and absolute value of a positive value is actually positive value 146. Okay, so 146 will be added with the previous total head movement. So my calculation till now is 45 plus 85 plus 146, right? Okay, so this way we will again change the initial position to 37. Okay, so my request key of I, that is this 37 cylinder, will go into initial position. Okay, so basically my initial position is keep on changing. First it was the initial position, then it became initial position, then this. Now this is the initial position. So next time I will find the subtraction of this initial position minus request key of this. Okay, then my initial position will change to this, and then I'll find the subtraction of this one. Okay, this is the initial position 122 minus 14. Okay, so basically the safer side is we just take the absolute value. Okay, and then we keep on adding into the total head movement. Okay, so this way every service will be serviced from 0 to this n minus 1th position. Okay, and finally after this loop is over, we will get the total number of head movement inside this total head movement variable, right? Okay, and finally we will find the average head movement, that is total head movement divided by n. Okay, so I hope this is very easy to understand. Okay, this FCFS algorithm is like very simple algorithm. Okay, we have just used this for loop and we have just used this initial position and the request key of I, and we just updated the initial position in the every iteration. Okay, so I hope you have now understood that how we can implement this FCFS disk scheduling algorithm. Okay, so if you have any question, comment, suggestion, please write down into the comment box, and if you have not understood any of the thing, please mention in the comment box, and do like and share this video among your friend also, and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification of the videos. In the next video we will see the another C program for the shortest seek time first disk scheduling algorithm. So till then, goodbye.